All right, guys, what's up? Here we are, Wednesday after treatment. Treatment number 7, the obligatory elixir pouch or lemon of doom picture. Everything went good today, no issues. Actually, the twitchy from the Ireno T-can was not near as bad today, so that's pretty cool. Not sure what that means, but we'll take it as a good thing, obviously. Got it another super quick today, which was nice. They were on the ball. Didn't have to wait on test results like we did last time. Yeah, so that's good. Before I get to the news, the results, this one's just kind of about me and the way I've kind of changed my outlook on things and the way I am currently, we'll call it walking through life, I guess. But, to start, I'll tell you something that happened a long time ago as far as my outlook on things. I don't remember how old Hannah was. Late elementary school. And, I had a really nice camera at the time, enjoyed taking pictures a lot, and took a million pictures, everything she did, whether it was an awards thing, soccer, theater, whatever it was she was doing. There were a million pictures taken. And one day at one of those events, or I think it was after one of those events, I had a couple realizations. One, out of the, hundreds of pictures I took at said event, I went and looked at them after I took them. And outside of that, I very rarely saw them again. Or if I did, I had one or two that were really good that I would favorite or save, and those were the two that I would always see. So, one, it kind of made it seem like a big waste of time. Two, the other thing it made me realize was I spent more fucking time trying to take a good picture than watching and enjoying the thing it was she was doing. And that's not to say I wasn't present, because I still watched the thing, soccer, theater, whatever it was, and I enjoyed it. But I caught myself thinking too much about the next picture I was going to take, what would be cool, this, that, and the other. And I told myself one day, I'm like, look, I'm not going to do this anymore. Like, I need to take a handful of pictures so I can send them to people, have them for prosperity's sake. But outside of that, I need to just put the damn camera down and watch. And that's kind of come back around to me. Now, and to be fair, I've never been a big, I guess it was a couple weeks ago after Emmett's band concert. We went and ate dinner. Me, my mom, dad, Kelly, Emmett, Hannah, and her boyfriend Ian all went to Chili's and ate dinner. And I've never been a big person that sits there on my phone the whole time, while we're waiting for food and when we get food and all that. I've always kind of taken in the environment, but the last, 5.5 months, it's been different. I'm really trying to soak it in and just be present, everything I do now. And it's been nice. Like, to really catch Hannah when she's laughing and smiling is awesome. And the way she was interacting with Ian and the way she interacts with Emmett, just little things that I've always known and noticed, but they're more clear now. Like, I've never realized how different of a kid is, or Emmett is, sorry, wow. I've never noticed how different of a kid Emmett is when he's around Hannah. it's night and day. I mean, he's a super good kid and funny and sweet and all the things, but she brings out, I don't know what she brings out in him, but he's different. And that's really cool to notice. And like I said, I think I knew it, but it really hit me the other day. So yeah, but and it's weird. And one of the first things I thought, you know, after my diagnosis and everything, was a line from Deadpool when he found out he has cancer, and he's sitting in the doctor's office with his girlfriend or fiance, and you know, he's talking about her listening to the doctor since she's going through options A through Z, finding out all the things, and he goes, and I'm just sitting here trying to memorize her face. And I feel like that's what I'm doing now, which is cool. I think it's made me feel like a better dad. Not that I've ever felt like I was a bad dad, but I think in a weird way it's made me a better dad and husband too, probably, and son also. Yeah, but anyway, outside of that, I've kept you all waiting long enough. So obviously, the last one of these, I told you Friday I was getting my second CT because we were after 6 treatments, and my Sam's order is probably here, so the dogs are losing their mind. Nice. So we'll wrap this up pretty quick. So after my first CT, we were at 10% or 11% overall shrinkage across the board, for all the instances in my body, both the lungs, colon, all that stuff. Today, we found out we've basically doubled that. So we are at 20% decrease from our starting point across the board. So we're a fifth of the way there, yo. That's a good thing. So the other side of that is, went and saw the colorectal doctor yesterday and just kind of got the green light that I can pretty much go back to eating whatever I want, which is awesome. And also, something that we weren't really even thinking about was, you know, originally when this journey started, there was no surgical option. It was just going to be chemo, possibly radiation or proton therapy or whatever, and go from there. But after talking to him yesterday, Dr. Summerholder, by the way, who's fantastic, for all your butthole and rectum needs, I suggest you go see him. You know, he said if we keep at the pace we're going, obviously once we get far enough along and end up with this first course of treatment, you know, we'll reevaluate things. But he said, you know, hey, it's looking like it can be something we can start to discuss at some point if we keep seeing the success we're seeing. So that's pretty cool. Especially not having that option on the table at the beginning. Now, what that means, who knows, you know. But it's another option, which is a good thing. So yeah, that's about all I got going on. We'll see you next Wednesday. Probably. I can't imagine I won't do it, but like I kind of mentioned before, the off Wednesdays are kind of getting weird. Don't really have a whole lot to talk about. But I'm going to try to think of something, because I really enjoy doing this so far. It's been fun. But as always, appreciate everybody that watches even a little bit of these. I know most of y'all probably don't watch the whole thing, and that's fine. I wouldn't expect you to make it through 9-10 minutes of my rambling either. But appreciate everybody. Lots of prayers. Same song and dance as usual. We all appreciate y'all a ton. And we'll see you next time.